Hello, YouTubers. A Miller 1990 here, also known as Andrew Miller, but you can call me Andrew Miller. I figured it's been a while since I made a video, and I thought maybe now's a really good time. To be honest, I don't really like making YouTube videos. A lot of it stems from my anxiety. Sometimes I don't really like how I look, how I sound, and seriously, as we're doing this, I'm thinking about so many things I can do differently in this video if I could do it over. Like, do I sound the right way? Do I look the right way? Are people going to think I look stupid? Like my mind, races with all kinds of thoughts like that. I tell you, it's not fun. But I figured I'd do a video anyway. Actually, in full disclosure, a YouTuber actually inspired me to make some videos. I'll leave her link in the description box below. Her name is Lisa ASMR, and I tell you, she is a really talented ASMR artist, really down to earth. Her videos are very enjoyable, a lot more than ASMR. I actually recommend her. I'll leave her channel in the link down below, and you guys can check her out. I highly encourage it. This channel is not going to be about ASMR though. It's not going to be strictly movie reviews or park reviews or just random thoughts. Basically, I'm just going to post any kind of video that comes to mind, whether I want to compare something, whether I want to just talk about something. It's not really gonna have a consistent theme like reviewers like Nostalgia Critic or can't speak today. Analysis on anything, or definitely not going to be political drama. Definitely not going to do anything political. But really, just going to do it because no reason. Because I want to. How about that? Maybe that's what I'll call the channel name. Maybe I'll call it because I can or because I want to. Let's see how many people like that. Anyway, one of the reasons I really wanted to make the video was I've been wanting to talk about this for a long time, and I finally got the guts to talk about it. And here it comes. Yeah, I guess I'll try harder. I'll just reach for it, that's easier. Ha! My lightsaber from Galaxy's Edge. An elegant weapon for a more civilized age. I swear that doesn't always happen. Anyway, this is my lightsaber from Galaxy's Edge in Walt Disney World. My wife got it for me when we went down to Disney World in October of last year. And man, was I looking forward to this. As you might not know, I'm a really big fan of Star Wars. As you can see, I'm wearing a Star Wars style shirt right here. Chair. And I really love it. Luke Skywalker is one of my favorite characters of all time, and ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be a Jedi. And heck, I was even one of the kids who thought the prequels weren't really that bad. Yes, I went there. And so it really meant a lot to me, and I really appreciated my wife taking me there. And let me tell you, that day at Galaxy's Edge didn't start off that great. I mean, the past couple days, we were fighting about 3 to 4 hours of sleep. We were not getting sleep at all the past few days. We were miserable, we were groggy, and we planned to get to Galaxy's Edge at 6. Now, don't forget, it opened about a couple months ago. There were a lot of crowds coming in, and we thought, okay, let's get up at a very early. Let's get up very early, and we could at least get there at about 7. That would seem fair. Maybe it's not too early. We don't get there at 6. Maybe the line won't be terrible. Once we got there, we arrived at Hollywood Studios by the bus. We realized we forgot the credit card. The credit card, we thought we needed that in case, we needed proof that we purchased the tickets. And at that moment, I was like, inside, I was like angry and like, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose it. But I maintained my composure. I was like, it's not your fault. It's not our fault. We just, rushed it. We forgot. Let's just calm down. It's just a ride. It's just a ride. And That's what we did. We hopped on a bus back to our resort, the Saratoga Resort, and we came back, got everything, and we went back. And I was actually surprised how smoothly it went. We got to Galaxy's Edge, like it was beautiful. Like the look of it, the ships and everything. Like I felt like this was probably the most immersive park I've been in at Disney. It was amazing. I felt like I was living in Star Wars, basically in the world of Star Wars. And we made it to the Millennium Falcon, Flight of the Falcon, whatever you call it. And remember, they didn't have fast passes at this time. They did have some kind of like boarding pass thing. Like I think it was single riders, but it didn't have fast pass. So we were like, oh, this is gonna suck waiting in line for about 50 minutes to an hour. And it really wasn't that bad. I think part of the reason was the background, the backgrounds, the queue line and the facade, like everything that you see was so cool, so immersive. It kind of helped take your mind off it, and it actually moved a lot faster than I thought, like a lot faster. And I kind of realized maybe that's the benefit of not having fast pass. Like, sometimes they stop you and they bring about like 10 or 20 people fast pass. Okay, okay, move along, and move along. And it moved along quite nicely. And I think we went on Millennium Falcon about a couple times that day. We were engineers, and I actually flew the Falcon at one time. I picked the wrong seat. Apparently, all I could do on the left side was turn it right or left. And I still wanted to punch it, but my wife was in the punch it seat, so I was like, okay, I'll let her do it. You can punch it. I won't try to reach over there and punch it because I thought, okay, don't be too greedy. Just enjoy it. And let me tell you, it is really hard to enjoy that ride. It is really hard to enjoy that ride because so many things are going on. Like everybody's telling you like hit the buttons or hit the boosters, and it's like you can't really enjoy it because you can't really look at the screen because you're looking at the flashing buttons and trying to make everything. It's work basically. Like it felt like work, and I mean I still enjoyed it, but I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite rides. It was cool and exciting, but I I don't know. I think they put too much work on you, which you understand. It's the Falcon and it's kind of a junk heap, but you still love it. So after that, we went to Toy Story Land, rode Slinky Dog Dash. That was pretty fun too, and we had Sci-Fi Diner, classic, always a favorite. Love going there. The shakes, the burgers, the atmosphere, so great. And 1 o'clock came along, and that was my time to get my lightsaber. And now at this time, October, you would think that Disney would be about like 40, 50 degrees at most, maybe 60 on occasion. It was 90 degrees. 90 degrees. So even though we were in shorts and everything, we also thought it was going to rain. Like during this period, we had a couple days of rain, and it was so humid and hot. Like sitting out there outside of Savi's workshop, it was miserable. I was like, I just couldn't stand it. There was no shade there, and oh man, and you just have to deal with it. Like you're in Florida, it's gonna sometimes it'll be hot. You're gonna have to enjoy it. And let me tell you, when I walked in there, like it was amazing. The workshop and everything. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen videos of people building Savi's workshop lightsabers and everything, and you kind of get the gist. And I really liked how everything looked used. Just like in the Star Wars universe, there's grit to it. There's gunk on it. It's not as new as it's supposed to be. And it was really cool being in there and getting that sense of realism. Like I said, it's the most real, immersive park I've ever been to. And getting back to the build, I wanted to show you guys the video of me building my lightsaber, but be warned, I don't have the full experience recorded. I'm an idiot when it comes to taking pictures or recording things. At times, I feel like I'll remember it, and that's fine. I don't need to take pictures of it and record it. And later on, I find, dang it, I wish I could have recorded that. How stupid of me. So, and fortunately, right after I finished building my lightsaber, my wife recorded it, and we got to see, the actual build, people commenting on my saber, and me igniting the saber, which was very amazing. And I thank her for that. At the time, I was probably thinking, I don't want to be recorded. I hate what people, what will say. Like, I talk weird, I sound weird, I look weird. I'll think I look weird and everything. But I appreciate her for that, because it's one of my favorite recordings we ever made together, and I like taking back part of the memory. That's what I realized. My memory hasn't really been that good. I can't remember exactly what went down or what it felt like. So I'm glad she recorded parts of it that I can take myself back there. Which, again, I suck at taking pictures. I suck at recording because sometimes I don't want to. Sometimes I'm just stupid. I don't think about it. So I'm glad that she did that. And so what you guys will see is the start of the end process, where I finish building my saber, I put it on the stand in front of me, and they start taking everything away. And one thing I will say, though, is when I was building my saber, I was one of the first ones done. Let you in on another secret. Before I went to Savi's workshop, I watched a lot of other Savi workshop videos on YouTube. Thank you to YouTube. And again, I wanted to get an idea of what it was, like what I was going to experience. So I like spoiling myself. I'm terrible when it comes to movies. I like spoiling them myself. All except Star Wars, though. Star Wars is the only movie series I will never look at spoilers for. Marvel, Universal, Disney, whatever, I'll look at spoilers anytime. But Star Wars, I will never, ever spoil it for myself. Like, it's an experience. It's culture. Like, it means a lot to me, obviously, because I'm wearing the shirt and I got merch from it. And like I said, I was one of the first ones done, and like, I knew what I wanted from my saber. I wanted peace and justice, like as you see here. I got myself a green crystal because I like the color green, and I also really respect the Star Wars. I really respect the Jedi Masters from who had green sabers, and I think that means they're more in touch with the Force. It's not just about being sword fighting and like gymnastics, or like Obi-Wan or Anakin Skywalker. I mean, they're great, mind you, but I seem to identify more with the wise old consular Jedis like Yoda, Qui-Gon Jinn, and especially Luke. And I think that's actually where the inspiration came from. Like, I could see parts of Luke's green saber in this one, especially the pommel. Is this a pommel? Especially with the top, how it kind of looks like the top of his saber, and this one too with the ridges. I guess you can kind of say it kind of looks like his, but I liked how it had black on it. Like, I wanted a lightsaber that had a lot of black in it, as you can see. And again, that can go with Qui-Gon's saber, because his was all black too. And I really liked how it looked. And it's actually very soft right here. Very soft grip right here. And I wanted a grip that you're comfortable with. When you see like other parts of the saber, like some of them are like big and clanky, and like, it's like, how can you like be comfortable with that thing? It's like cutting into your hand. So it's very nice and comfortable. I mean, it still has this knob right here that's kind of getting in the way, but you can just do it, hold it in between your finger like that, and then could still swing it, could still work with it. And the end cap. I mean, I thought this was perfect. Black on black, it adds up, it fits. And you'll notice at the beginning, I actually thought this was the activation switch, and I was kind of hoping it would be the activation switch. But then I realized, oh, this is the switch. So that's where you guys will see the start of the movie. So Go ahead and enjoy.
Okay, when it comes to activate, sir, all you have to do up and down, okay?
Very nice.
Well, Andrew?
I'm excited. I feel like I was born for this.
It's beautiful. May I see it?
Go ahead.
It's such a confident build. Felt like you weighed all your options, but you still knew what you wanted. It's good.
I felt like the force was calling me.
Which is your crystal?
Green.
Is there a reason? Do you know the reason, or is it just something you're feeling?
It's a feeling, but also I feel that greens are more spiritual, more in touch with the force. Not tooting my own horn or anything like that.
Well, if it's true, it's true, right? It's good to be aware. Congratulations.
Well, the force is strong with my family.
Wonderful. It's good to know. That's why we're here. That's why we exist, is for people like you. So thank you for coming.
Okay, so when it comes time to activate, all you have to do
Peace and Justice. This is the Peace and Justice Foundation right here. How long have you been waiting to build this?
Activate.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Blue? Just right. Just
Oh man. I suppose, yeah. You kind of had to. I had a feeling, yeah. Did you get any? Like, could you hear it pretty well?
Yeah. I'm gonna assume the phone did too.
Element of nature, peace and justice, protection and defense, and power and control.
Somebody got a wood
You
one.
worried, Dad?
Those are pretty cool ones.
Well, this is yours.
And the Rancor too.
Would you? Did he choose red? Well, you're balancing him out. That's what it is. All right. Yes. Now we've chosen our path. We're stepping into our destiny. Feels good. All right, everyone. Now let's take a nice deep breath. Let's just focus on our creation. Now, we've all built our hills, and nothing traumatic happened, which is a very good thing. I can't always say that. All right, now we need to stabilize these crystals.